we shall try to revise some grammar aspects. We will try to focus on Sandhi in today's class. A few minutes, let us try to discuss and try to do a few examples. This may be, it's kind of, we have done in the class already, but it is just to reinforce your learning. And if there are any doubts with respect to Sandhi, etc., I will be very happy to clear them in today's class. Okay, so Jai Shri Sainis Bhagini, can you quickly recollect and tell what is the Savarna Dirgha Sandhi, quickly the rules of Savarna Dirgha Sandhi, and one or two examples of it.
Yes, Namaste. Savarna Dirgha Sandhi is the same Varna is there on Purva Pada and Parapada, and then the resulting Varna is Dirgha. That is in short Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. So Deva Adhik Alayaha Devalayaha.
Okay, Uttamam. Deva Alaya Devalaya. So in the Purva Pada and Uttara Pada, the ending letter of the Purva Pada, that is a Purva Varna, and the beginning letter of the Uttara Pada, which is called Paravarna. Purva Varna and Paravarna both are the same or similar. The Savarna, and then what will happen? The Dirgha of that will be the resulting one. Okay. Yes. Is it also the same for, suppose Hare Eti? There also it's Purvarna and Paravarna are Ekara only. So what will happen in that case?
It will be Vruddhi Sandhi.
No, it's not. It will not be Vruddhi Sandhi. It's a different Sandhi anyway. So, but this is specifically for
yes, correct.
So that is one more condition that we should remember when we say the rules of the Sandhi. Okay. So otherwise well explained when you are able to recollect and also give one good example. So this is the table that we should remember always. And Purvarna and Paravarna, what will be like whatever combination, the Adesha is a Dirgha of that. And this Sandhi is applicable for if the Varnas are Purvarna and Paravarna are either A, E, U, or along with its Dirghas.
Yes.
Hence, this is called Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Let us see a few examples. Maybe you can just read out these examples.
Yeah. Parama Adhik Arthaha Paramarthaha Vidya Adhik Alayaha Vidyalayaha Kavi Adhik Indraha Kavindraha Prithvi Adhik Ishaha Prithvishaha Bhanu Adhik Udayaha Bhanudayaha Vadhu Urmika Vadhurmika Matru Adhik Runam Matru Runam either Pitru Runam.
Shyamadam, there's a typo here. Yeah, it's Matrunam or Pitru plus Runam Pitrunam. Yeah.
Yes.
Shyamadam, there's a
no problem.
Yeah, sure. Dhanyawadaha. So these are some of the examples of Savarna Dirgha Sandhi.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Uttamam. We'll proceed further. So let us try to. I want all of you to do this Abhyasa now. So you take out your book and write down the answers for this. So these are the words, and now you need to split it. And let us see if it is correct or not. I'll just give you probably a minute or so. Please do write the split in your books. Hope you're able to write the split for these. Very simple and straightforward. And we have seen these examples also earlier in our class. So it's not anything very new. So you should be able to recollect as well and be able to do this without any issues. So I shall call out one of the students to try answering these. Let us see. Veena Bhagini, can you try answering these?
Mahodaya. Devalayah. Deva Adhika Alayah Devalayah. Sarve Savarna Dirgha Sandhi eva santi. Hari plus Ishaha Harishaha. Vadhu plus Utsavaha, Vadhutsavaha. Bhratru plus Runam, Bhratrunam. Samatindraha, Sumatindraha. Sumati plus Sumati Adhika Indraha, Sumatindraha. Laghu plus Upakaraha, Laghupakaraha.
उत्तमं सर्वत्रापि समीचीनतया उक्तं तत्र वधु उत्सवः वधू उत्सवः उभावपि साधु एव तत्र ऊकारान्तः स्त्रीलिङ्गः वधू शब्दः अतः वधू उत्सवः इत्येव समीचीनमिति भावयामि परं this also like based on the sandhi there is no difference but based on the samasa we will have to take the correct form of that. Okay, otherwise yeah all the forms that you have told is correct.
Dhanyavadah Mohoday.
Dhanyavadah. So we'll go to the next Sandhi probably. Okay, Srinivasan Rajaraman Mohoday, can you briefly tell about Guna Sandhi?
See, Guna Sandhi is when the first letter is having a akara and the second letter comes with the a. So, Guna Sandhi where it is based on the Urpati Sthana of the Swara. And so, when these two come together, so it becomes a different. I'm not able to give the correct.
No problem, but you're partially correct in some of the things. Anyway, let me quickly flash the table. So based on that, if you will be able to tell it further, it will be easy.
Yeah. So and mixing with e, starting second letter starting with e and u. So it like a becomes a and a with u becomes o. For example,
I gave an example also in today's class. So anyway, I will give you the examples, no issues. Gana plus Ishaha, Ganeshah, and Surya plus Suryaha, Suryodayaha. Okay, these are some of the examples. So one thing to note here is the Puru Pada should be, that's the Puru Varna or the Puru Pada should end with Akara or Akara only. That is the first rule. And the second rule is it should start, the Paravarna, the second word should start with either E, U, R or R. So these are the four combinations. And yeah, what is the resultant is basically the combination of A and E. Both of these letters will be replaced with one letter, which is A-kara, A for if it is A-E, and if it is A and U, it is O, R, it will become R, and then Al, it will become Al. So these are the final outcome of this Sandhi. And these letters, whatever you see on the right side, are called the Guna Aksharas in Sanskritam. That is A, O, and A. These three letters are called Guna Aksharas. And in our Sandhi, the resulting is these letters is basically a Guna Sandhi. So that's how the name of the Sandhi is derived. Okay, can you read out the examples?
Yes. Maha plus Ishaha, Maheshaha. Ratha plus Utsavaha, Rathotsavaha. Sapta plus Rishyaha, Saptarshyaha.
Saptarishayaha.
Saptarsyaha. Uttama plus Upayaha, Uttamopayaha. Raja plus Rishi, Rajarishi.
Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha.
Thank you.
So we shall quickly do the exercise of this, like a few words we'll try to write down in our notebook. Probably let's take a minute and try to complete this. So hope all of you are able to recollect Guna Sandhi and understand it. And hope there are no doubts, anything related to these Sandhis, whatever we have covered. In case if you have any doubts towards the end of the revision of this Sandhi, I will try to answer them. Pathanecha, Janmotsavaha, Maharshayah, Mateva, and Vasantartuhu. Hope you are written the answers for these. Let me call out all our students to try answering these. Ghanashyam Mohdaya, can you try answer these questions?
Ram Ram Mohdaya. Patana ichha, patane ichha. Janmo utsavaha, janmo utsavaha. Maha rushaya, maharshaya. Mata iva, mate eva. Vasanta rutu, vasanta rutu.
Uttamam. Well answered. Patana Ichha, Janma Utsavaha, Maha Rishayah, Mata Iva, Vasanta Ratuhu, Vasanta Ratuhu. Uttamam. Well answered. Dhanyavadaha.
धन्यवाद.
Please note down the answers. If not, otherwise you can also get it from the Sandhi lesson slides as well. It's something which is there. Now let us go to the next Sandhi, Vriddhi Sandhi. Nikunj Rawal Mohdaya, can you quickly explain about this?
महोदय, पूर्ववर्ण यदा ए ऐ ओ औ भवति, अनन्तरं परवर्ण अपि ए ऐ ओ औ भवति, तर्हि वृद्धि इति आदेशः अस्ति.
पुनः चिन्तयतु, पूर्ववर्णः अपि ए ऐ ओ भवितव्यं वा अथवा पूर्ववर्णे किमपि अन्यत् वर्णः भवति?
अ वा आ भवति, अ वा आ भवति.
उत्तमं. So in the Purva it should be either, or the Purva pada
अ
should be
वा आ, अनन्तरं ए ऐ ओ औ.
followed by I O O. Then what will be the result?
वृद्धि भवति, ऐ औ इति वृद्धि आदेशः भवति.
Uttamam. I or Au will be the final resulting form, and that is the Vriddhi Sandhi. Okay. Why the name Vriddhi Sandhi? Is because this I, Au, and A are called Vriddhi letters in Sanskritam. So the first sutra of the Ashtadhyayi starts with this Vriddhi Radhaij. Okay. So that's the first sutra of the Ashtadhyayi, which defines what are the Vriddhi letters. And the Vriddhi letters are these three, and whichever Sandhi which results in this is called it is basically the Vriddhi Sandhi. Okay, let us see a few examples. Nikunj Mohdaya, you can please read out the examples of this.
कृष्ण अधिकम एकत्वम, कृष्णैकत्वम, जन अधिकम ऐक्यम, जनैक्यम, अस्य अधिकम ओदनः, अस्यौदनः, मम अधिकम औषधम, ममौषधम, अद्य अधिकम एव, अद्यैव.
Uttamam. I hope all of you are able to understand this without any doubt. Let me open the next set of questions for this. So please try answering them in your notebook. Write the split in your notebooks. I'll give maybe a minute. So in the meantime, I will see if there are any questions in the Q&A chat box. So one question is there. Chaiva kim vibhajya kartum shikyate. Cha plus eva. Cha adhika eva is chaiva. Because aiva there is no meaning actually. So one important thing that we should always remember whenever we make sandhi or split the sandhi is basically when we split the sandhi, both the constituent words, the Purva pada and the Uttara pada, should have independent meaning and existence. That is very important. So if that is not the case, in that case, what will happen? It will not be meaningful. Okay, it should be a meaningful split of the words, and then that is how we will be able to think and understand it. Otherwise, if I write a small program in a computer to split all the at all places possible, for example, Rashtraikyam, the computer can predict this to be a Savarna Dirgha Sandhi example, and it may say Ra Ashtraikyam, one possibility. It can also make Ra Ashtraikyam, and it can also make one more Ra Ashtraikyam and Ra Ashtraikyam. But evidently, we know that it is definitely not the correct split. So whenever we split, both the words should have meaning. So both the words should be used independently. So just think about that, and then based on that, you can split it. So that's one question. And next, there's one more question or comment saying that is it correct to say that Sandhi is done only Pratipadika word as Purva Varna and Subanta Rupas are not used as Purva Varna? Not the case, because in some cases it will be a indeclinable. It can be an Abhyaya that comes into place, or in some cases it can be a Subanta also. So there's no rule that it should not be a Subanta or it should be only Pratipadika. But in most of the cases, the Sandhi occurs as the next step after the Samasa is being done. And in all such cases, the Purvapada will usually be a Pratipadika. That is the only thing. But there's no rule that it should be only Pratipadika always. Okay. Pathanecha is for plural UM. No, not like that, because Pathana Icha. So Pathane Icha, that is or Pathanasya Icha. So that is the Samasa there. Pathane Icha is the desire to read. That's it. So Tvam, Tava Pathanecha, Yushmakam Pathanecha, you can use anyway. It is either in plural or in Ekavachana, etc. It doesn't matter for Pathanecha. Astu. All of you have written down answers for these. It was very simple and I gave more time. Prakash Mohini Bhagini, can you please answer these?
Tatrekada, tatra yoge ekada. Rashtra adhik ekyam.
Is it Ekyam?
Ekyam.
Rashtra Adhika Aikyam.
Aikyam. Pratham adhik ekvachanam.
Yes.
Param adhik audaryam.
Uttamam. So these are the splits. Tatra Ekada Rashtra Aikyam. Okay, Aikyam there's no word. Aikyam is the word. Ekasya Bhavaha Aikyam. That is the unity. Unity is called Aikyam. Oneness. Okay, that is something related to oneness is Aikya. Okay, that's how it is. Ekasya Bhavaha Aikyam. And next, Prathama and Ekavachanam, Prathama Ekavachanam. And then Parama Audaryam, Udarasya Bhavaha. So being generous is Audaryam. Okay, generosity. So being generous. So what is being generous? It's generosity. So that is Udarasya Bhavaha Audaryam. Okay, so that's how we'll come up with that. Dhanyawadaha, Prakash Mohini Bhagini. Well answered. We'll go to the next Sandhi and we'll try to understand it. Jayalakshmi Bhagini, Jayalakshmi Rajaratnam Bhagini, can you please quickly briefly tell about Yen SandhiH?
Purvarna E iti itya ti E and A will become Ya.
Okay.
You give me an example, I will tell you. I'm sorry.
No issues. I'll anyway flash the table. You can.
One example you give me, I will tell you.
Okay. So Madhvarihi.
U plus A will become Va.
Okay. And similarly, Dhatram Shaha.
Dhatu.
Dhatram Shaha.
U plus A.
It's R plus A.
Okay, R plus A will become Ra. Okay.
So no issues. Yen SandhiH. So basically, what is Yen SandhiH? If you ask, whenever E, U, R, L. So far, whatever we have seen, the Purva Varna or the ending letter of the first word had to be Akara or Akara. Now kept out Akara and Akara, and we are saying it's either E, U, R, or L. Any of these should be the Purva Varna, and followed by any dissimilar Asavarna Swara. Okay, then what happened? In this case only, very important, only the first letter is being replaced with Yakara, Ukara is replaced with Va, and Rukara with R, is Repa, and Likara with La. The letter remains intact. The Paravarna remains intact. Okay, so that is the Yen Sandhi. So we will see a few examples, then we'll be able to understand it better. Jayalakshmi Bhagini, you can read out these examples.
Prati plus ekam pratyekam, nadi plus atra nadyatra, manu plus antaram manvantaram, shambhu plus agachatam shambhagachatam, pitru yogaha icha pitricha.
Okay. Yeah, this is fine. So here, okay, this example, we will take it as Shambhu. Shambhu agachatu. We will take it as Shambhu agachatu, or something like that. Or we will use a different example for this. Okay. So Shambhu atra. Okay, Shambhu atra. You will take that.
Shambhatra.
Shambhatra. That will be a better example for this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
Dhanyavadaha, Ram
yeah,
Ram.
you're able to understand this. Dhanyavadaha. Now let us see. Please try to do these examples. Vadamyaham bhavatvadhuna pitramshaha ityavadat shrunomyaham. So these are the words. Can you please make a split quickly? So there's a question again related to the previous Sandhi. Prathamaika Vachanam, there was one question. So whether it is Prathama Ekavachanam or Prathama Ekavachanam. So both are correct. But on a context basis, if you are referring to Prathama Vibhaktihi Ekavachanam, it will be Akaranta. So Prathama Ekavachanam will be right. But Prathama Ekavachanam is also correct. There's no mistake if you split it that way. Because Prathama can be in any other Prathama Purusha and Ekavachanam. So if you are considering that, then it will become Prathama Ekavachanam, Prathama Ekavachanam. That is also a possible split. It's not a mistake. Okay, hope you have answered these 5 questions. It's very easy and straightforward. Let us see. Gansha Mahodaya, can you please answer these?
Ram Ram Mahodaya.
Ram Ram.
Vadami ham.
Very good.
Bhavatu adhuna, bhavatva adhuna.
Very good.
Pitru amshaha, pitramshaha.
Very good.
Iti avadat, ityavadat.
Uttamam.
Shunomyaham.
Uttamam. So all these are Yen Sandhis, and you have given the correct split for all of them. Vadami aham bhavatu adhuna pitru amshaha iti avadat shrunomi aham. Shrunomyaham. Uttamam. Hope all of you are able to understand and recollect Yen Sandhihi. Dhanyavadaha, Gansha Mahodaya.
Dhanyavadas, Mahodaya.
Okay. Hope you are able to understand these. Okay. Now let us go to Yanta Vantadesha Sandhihi. Harin Mehta Mahodaya, can you try telling about this Sandhi?
Mahodaya, I can't remember.
Okay, sure, no issues. Namrata Bhagini, can you try telling about this?
पूर्ववर्णे स्वरः अनन्तरं परवर्णे ए ऐ ओ औ यदा ए अस्ति ऐ आदेशः भवति यदा ऐ अस्ति आय् आदेशः भवति ओ औ आदेशः भवति औ आव् आदेशः भवति
उत्तमं पुनः चिन्तयतु पूर्ववर्णे स्वरः वा अथवा परवर्णे स्वरः पूर्ववर्णे ए ऐ ओ औ वा इति
पूर्ववर्णे ए ऐ ओ औ परवर्णे स्वरः
अस्तु उत्तमं
क्षम्यतां
no issues So Yanta Vanta Desha SandhiH. So here, what is the rule is that the Puru Varna. So far, in Savarna Dirgha Sandhi, the Puru Varna and Paravarna should be similar, and that is applicable only with A, I, U, R. Okay, next we come across Guna Sandhi and Vriddhi Sandhi, where the rule is the Puru Varna should be A or A, and the Paravarna can be I, U, R, and then A, I, O for Vriddhi Sandhi correspondingly. And then the next Sandhi we come across is Yen Sandhi, wherein the Puru Varna is not Akara or Akara, remaining all the other letters, that is I, U, R, and Paravarna should be dissimilar Swara. And after that, the next Sandhi that we are seeing now is, we have covered all Akara, Akara, Ikara, Ukara, Ikara, all these we have seen. The Puru Varna now changes to A, I, O, and Paravarna can be any other Swara. There's no other restriction on the Swara, what it can be in the Paravarna. So what is the resulting thing? If you see, if it is Ekara in the Puru Varna, that will be replaced with I. If it is I, then I, Av, and Av in this way. So what is that? It is always ending with Yakara. These two are ending with Yakara, and hence it is called Yanta. And similarly, the next two ends with Vakara. Okay, and hence it is Vanta, and hence this Sandhi is named Yanta Vanta Adesha Sandhi. Okay, so that's how this Sandhi is named. I hope you're able to understand now, and let us see a few examples. Namrata Bhagini, please read out the examples.
Phale yoge ichha, phala ichha. Amushyai yoge idam, amushya idam. Guru yoge adisha, guravadisha. Balakau adisha, guravadisha. Adisha. Kshamatam. Guru yoge adisha, guravadisha. Balakau upavishatam, balaka upavishatam.
Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha Namrata Bhagini. So Abhyasa, we will see this how it comes. I will try to explain this, and then we will see a few more examples. So Phale Ichha, we have seen this in the previous one. Phala Ichha, how does it happen? If you see, so basically Phale Ekara is there, and then after that any other Swara which is Ikara. So now Ekara is being replaced with Aya. Remaining everything is same only. Okay, it is not, the second word is intact. There is no change in the second letter or the Paravarna or the Uttara Pada also. So Phala, Aya, Ichha, Phala Ichha. That's how this word will become. And next, similarly, Hastau, Etau. Whenever we take this example, Hastau, Au is there. In place of Au, what will happen? Av, that will be replaced with Av, and Etau, Hastavetau, and so on. This Echoya Vayavaha or this Yanta Vanta Desha Sandhi, mostly we can come across this Sandhi in wherever we are referring to Dvivachanas more. Whenever we come across some Dvivachana forms that are there, Tau Api, Tav Api, etc. So in Dvivachana forms, we can see this in mostly most of the cases. Okay, and this can happen in between the word also. That is when the word is being formed, like Haraye, Haraye, etc. So that is what is the Yanta Vanta Desha Sandhi. Now let us see the last Sandhi which is there, that is the Puru Rupa Sandhi. Jayashri Bhagini, can you please quickly tell the rules of this Puru Rupa Sandhi?
Purva Rupa Sandhi is when you have Visarga, it will take, instead of A, you will get Avagraha.
Not just Visarga. Okay, Visarga we don't see or we don't tell about it in the Puru Rupa Sandhi. That is a part of Visarga Sandhi actually. So let me quickly show the table so you will be able to understand it. So here the Puru Rupa Sandhi is a very strict Sandhi. let us remember that it's a very strict Sandhi. The rules are very stringent here. What is that is the Puru Varna or the Puru Pada should be a word itself. That means to say it should be either a Subanta or a Tinganta form. That should be ending with Ekara or Okara only. So
Okay.
Padante Ekaraha, Padante Okaraha. Okay, that is the first rule. And the next important rule is the Paravarna or the Uttara Pada should start with Hrasva Akara only. So that's a strict rule, and it cannot be anything else. So in such case, what will happen? It is Puru Rupa. Final form will only this the Puru Pada only, Puru Varna only will be remaining, and the Paravarna we represent it with Avagraha Chinha, and there's no other significance of it. It is just to indicate that Hraswa Akara was there or something like that. So this is the Puru Rupa Sandhi. Let us see a few examples and then we'll be able to understand. Yeah, please read out these examples.
Yes. Te atra, te adik atra, tetra. Dirghe adik ahani, dirghe hani. So adik aham, soham. Me adik antike, mentike.
Uttam. Dhanyavadaha. I'll tell a few more things about this. So this is very important here. Te plus atra, for example, initially if you see A is there and then any swara is there. So Echoya Vayavaha, that is Yanta Vanta Sandhi also was possible. Okay. But since this Sandhi is a very strict Sandhi and this does not have any other place of occurrence, so this overrules Yanta Vanta Desha Sandhi. And hence here it is Tetra. And there's no pronunciation difference. Okay, it is just Tetra. We don't have to tell it as Tetra, etc. Tetra, that is the pronunciation. Dirghehani, dirghehani. Soham, soham. And then me antike, mentike. That's it. So this is the Puru Rupa Sandhi. So it should be a pada. It should be either Sahataute or something like that, or Tvam, say Tavate, etc. Anything like it should be a Subanta or a Tinganta final form. Labhate atra, labhate tra. Okay, and in any of these other words, that's how it has to be. Okay, so what is the meaning of so? There's a question. So is basically saha aham. Based on a Visarga Sandhi, the first saha has been changed to so, and then so aham, and hence we have continued from here. So aham. Similarly, Ramo aham, Ramoham, I am Rama. So anything like that, we can make use of it. So basically, this was the prior form of this was saha. Saha aham, and then that saha has been changed to so. So that's the only difference here. Okay. So let's try to see a few examples of this. Probably we'll just try to answer it in the next 30 seconds, and then we'll try to close the session. Simran Jain, can you try answering these questions?
Yes, namaste, sir. Balako api sundare ambare Ramo agachat matre arpitam. It's a mistake.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Is extra here. It's matre arpitam. Yes, that's right. So let us see it. Yeah, Balako api sundare ambare, and then Ramo agachat matre arpitam. So this akara is not there. Okay, matre arpitam. That's it. Okay, matre arpitam, and that's how it will be. Okay, hope all of you are able to understand these. Dhanyavadaha, Simran Bhagini. Well answered.